Slang's okay. Slang's okay. He's just back home, right? Oh, yeah, right. There's still the rest of this game. Okay, we're off to see the wonderful play performed by who knows who without Slang and the others, really, but you can't even add those people to your party right now. It's just Mardek and Elwyen on their little date. While I can, here is kind of the final tally of stats, I think. So, assuming there are no more fights, Mardek participated in 1,090 battles, had 981 kills, he got knocked out 12 times, he used 1,307 attacks, 487 magic attacks, and 65 items. Elwyen was only here for a little bit. She was in 109 battles, got 5 kills, was knocked out 5 times, 39 attacks, 116 skills, or spells, and never used an item. Mardek ended up dealing 1,486,320 damage and received 353. I'm just going to start rounding. 353,000 damage. Elwyen did 4,300 damage and received 21,700. Which makes sense. She was more supportive and didn't really get her damage skill until I stopped using her. Since I can't really pick them back into the party, Slank was in 791 battles, had 559 kills, and was knocked out only 6 times. Ended up doing 1,066,000 damage. A little off from Mardek, huh? And received 406,000 damage. He ended up using 730 attacks, 131 spells, and 20 items. Gloria was in 651 fights, had 409 kills, was knocked out 16 times, used 122 attacks, 897 spells, and 14 items. She ended up with 936,000 damage and took 266 damage. 66,000 damage, rather. And Legion had 502 fights, got 260 kills, was also knocked out 16 times, used 282 attacks, 249 spells, and 8 items, which makes sense. Legion is the mixed attacker of the group. Legion ended up doing 485,000 damage and took 255,000 damage. Which also kind of makes sense because Legion was using a lot of kind of debuffing skills, and he didn't really get any good items, attacking items, until pretty late into his tenure. Alright. What else? Yeah, these... Never fled. That's right, never fled. I almost don't want to read off all these numbers, but I will. Here we go. Again, these numbers are not final because I'll be adding a little bit to at least the step count. So far, 95,100 steps. 117 steps. Total gold earned, 674,000. Damage inflicted was 4,350,000. Damage received was 1,423,000. Killed 3,038 monsters, 91 times my guys knocked out. We used 3,426 physical skills. So when I was saying attacks before, that was physical skills. 2,494 magical skills. A grand total of 121 items used. We participated in a total of 1,138 fights. And 437 chests. And Mardek was a part of every single fight except for the survival tournaments. Yes. Alright. And with no further ado, we can only go to one location. And it seems like everyone here has the same dialogue they ever had. And here's something I forgot to do a million times. Party, talk to me. Rohoph. A word of advice, Mardek. Though allies and friends are good and fine and can help you when you are in need, try not to get too close to them, for then they have the potential to destroy you utterly. Rarely of their own accord, but they can become tools for evil to use, to toy with your emotions, to cripple you. Beware. I feel like these are standard talks. It's so nice to finally be just alone with you, Mardek, going out together like this. Well, that's what I was hoping for anyway when I planned this, but that was before I knew about the creepy demon thing that lives in your head. I hope he's not going to be spying on us like some frumpy parent. I'll just have to try to pretend he's not there. I mean, he never seemed to be there before when we had our chats about all kinds of things and... Wait. He was there, wasn't he? Listening to all those things I said to you. We weren't alone at all. Well, whatever. I'll just try to pretend. Come on, Mardek. Hold my hand. Yeah. I kinda regret not talking to the party, like when it was Rohoph on his revenge mission and Mardek, could be like, hey, Rohoph, what's going on? That kind of thing. I didn't do that. And I don't want to go back for it. Yes. So, we head off to the Aeropolis Theater. If you recall, there was an NPC at one point who did say, hey, by the way, the Playhouse Theater is not going to run until a certain protagonist gets his butt in gear, and we did, so. Well, that's quite a catch you have there, mister. Taking her to see the play, are you? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more, going to watch the actors with her, I wish. But I thought we were seeing the play. Come on, it's this way. Yep, so everyone in Aeropolis has gone home for the evening. Just a few guards and NPCs rendering about. Here to see the play, Northerners? Just don't stink out the theater with your foul foreign odors. We don't want to cause a riot, you see. Yes, wonderful. Is it just me, or does the world feel different tonight? Like nature's feeling poorly? Must just be me. And here we have the lovely theater. Hello, are you here to see the play? It'll be 1,000 gold for a ticket. Hey there, my name's Elwyen. Mr. Wobblesmithare said he'd have 2 seats for me. Free seats, Ah, Miss Elwyen, yes, he was expecting you, and this must be your +1. Come right this way, the play will start shortly. How do you have free seats? Oh, well, you know how this play is about your previous adventures? Well, this playwright guy had to find out the story somehow. He heard about the saucer thing and then came to Canonia to ask around, and he met me, and I told him all about what you told me all those times. I wanted to keep it a secret, so then it'd be a surprise. Anyway, let's go in, Mardek. Wow, look, it's the play. It's Ahmed Wobblesmithare. Greetings again, there, fair chaps and chapettes. Thank you all for coming to see my lovely play, which is magnificent if I do say so myself, which I do. I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. My writing is sheerly orgasmic, truly a product of my unrivaled genius. I'm sure you're all familiar with the Dark Cloud incident from a few short years ago. You must be. It was a momentous event, a charge of the highest degree. What's a charge, you ask? Well, with much curdled frustration, why, 'tis a word I just made up to describe the sheer chargery of the event. I do that, Anyway, I'm delaying. I notice enough of that. I introduce you fair maidens and maidenettes to the sea, the wild untamed north, the wild lands, the vast verdant veldt where barbarians and kings dwell, where knights fight dragons, and all is rarely swell. Our story begins in a dank dark cave, in a cavern of shining stones. A vile villain of a man, a bandit named Morris, was kidnapped the fair Princess Elma from Gonzo, the great northern nation. What does he want her for? Let us see. Whoa, ha, ha, ha! Fortune is a wondrous thing. I'm a villain, feared throughout the north, a bandit king. But soon I am to be the king of the whole world, for I have kidnapped, at last, a valuable little girl. Hey, we know that guy. Heir to the throne of Gazno, a princess is she. The king, oh, he'll pine, and then he will see.
that to win back his child he'll find out with a frown. He must trade me his kingdom and give me his crown. But I may be waiting a while alone in this lair, with this darling beauty, this lass with pink hair. Though she's mine for the crown, to my mind just came an additional use for this sweet tender dame.
Eek, no! Away from me, thou oaf, thou cur! Thou wilt not get away with this, oh my dainty heart, I swear! There's a white knight here for every princess. Thou wilt see, a hero will save me from this sorry distress.
Woo ha ha! You hope in vain, little one, for the days of grand heroes are over, they're gone. Forget them and swoon and relax, do not fear. Come to me and let me sip of your pleasures, my dear.
Hands up! That's not. We know that guy.
Hands off her, villain! Let her go or die!
Drat, my plans are foiled. A hero is here. But beware, good sir, for I am more dangerous than I appear. I have come too far to give up now. I've got too much to lose. So let her go. Ha! I really must refuse.
Oh, my hero, I knew that thou would come. Save me, oh, rescue me from this abominable scum. Thy stature is strong, thy white teeth, they shine. I'm swooning, I'm taken, I would love thee to be mine. My sir, is this wise? He's sure to be armed. We may be too weak, we may be frail, and be harmed.
Be calm, my squire, we need not fear this cad. We're here to save you, princess, for that you should be glad. I am Mardek, a mighty knight, and this is Dougal, my page. For your crimes, dog, you will feel my righteous rage. You should have known that your vile dreams could never be. But since you didn't, you're now here left to deal with me. I have never lost a battle, a true hero am I. I have but one move now, and that is to die.
Aha, though, oh hero, you think you're so great. I'll show you're mistaken, oh just you wait. For you see this thing here I hold in my grip? It's a gun and your death, sir, so flee, just a tip.
You're a false metal man who does not threaten me.
Oh whoa, oh my ribs, I fear they are broken. My end, it does come here. Galaris has spoken. Oh fie on you, hero, a curse on your head. I swear for this action, you will soon be dead.
Amazing, oh mister, your strength, it astounds me. A victory again, here, the princess is free.
All in a day's work.
Oh, my hero, thou did it! Thou saved me, hooray! This is the best thing that's happened to me on this day! Thy strength it is mighty, thy heart it is true. I know that I'm smitten, I'm falling for thee.
We will head to your castle, the king here awaits. My orders were clear from fair Master Smith. He'll be glad to be with you, and so will the world. For good for all men, this way it is unfurled.
Oh, my hero, please hear, I am glum at the castle. I am stifled and hid, no more than a vassal. I crave for adventure, I want to be free. Oh, please, oh, my hero, won't you take me?
If that is your plight, oh beauteous darling, then yes, come with us, you'll be free as a starling. I will cherish your... I will cherish your company, the delight of a girl. For you are lovely and fair, you are bright like a pearl.
Though I don't mean to question your wisdom, my friend, does not on her present the kingdom depend? Good thing these actors are bad, otherwise, my flubs would stand out.
Relax there, my squire, I know what I'm doing. I swear I am thinking, not just idly wooing. To the king we will send an advisory letter. He'll be fine in this girl, she will come, we will let her. And now we must fly for adventure that call, and nothing can stop us, not a cloud nor a squall. We will ride on the winds, we will ride on the waves, we will trudge through the forests, we will scour dank caves.
Ooh, what's gonna happen next? I bet you don't know, Mardek. Well, I probably don't. I don't remember being topless and muscly or any of this, really. And I don't like what they did with Dugan. They had to make some small changes here and there to make it more exciting, you know. It's still the same old story deep down. I bet you're expecting some sexy, blue-haired young girl to be in the next scene, who the hero comes to the rescue of. But I asked Mr. Wobble Scimitar to remove that scene. He wanted me to play the part, and I really did want to, but then I wouldn't have been able to sit next to you, Mardek, holding your hand. And I'm not letting some skanky tramp play me, you can be sure of that. Oh, look, the next act's beginning now.
The three heroes traveled across the lands, slaying dragons and saving orphans from forest fires, until one day they happen upon a quest that will come to change the very world as we know it. They find themselves in the quaint little hamlet of Cannon Ear, where the bizarrely dressed northern pikemen tell them of a mysterious witch who dwells in a nearby forest and eats children. She is a spawn of Galaris, or his servant, they claim. The heroes cannot help but investigate. They head to the heart of the deep misty woods. Crickets chirp and owls hoot. Everything's really spooky. Ooh. They encounter a swarthy bunch of other mysterious and very attractive heroes who best them in combat and find themselves stumbling tiredly through the undergrowth, seeking a settlement of men, a bed to rest in. Let's see what happens next.
Oh mercy, those saviors, they sure were strong. If we don't find some healing, we'll be dead afore long.
Though their hearts were so pure, they'd not hit a lass. Their strength was so mighty, I fainted, alas.
I never lost in combat, not until now. Their powers surpassed ours by oodles on ow. But hark, friends, be silent. Did you hear that cackle? Though we can't see its source, it was never a jackal. The witch, she is near, I fear she is close. You can feel it quite clearly, the air's gone morose. I am fearful, my master, 'tis a spectre we fight. I don't much like cackles that arise from the night.
Be strong, friends, have courage, do not be afraid. Our Mardek is splendid, he can light up the shade. For fear of fear is no fear at all. For with friendship and valor all evil will pall.
A shadow, a shade, there is more here than that. The witch, she is coming, prepare for combat. Double, toil and misfortune, sand howl and heroes tremble. You're here too late, you're here in vain, you cannot stop the rot and pain. The god of death is come from far, Galaris calls his form a star.
Your riddles don't scare me, you horrible witch. We are here to slay you, to atone for your crimes, which the gods will see fit to abuse you forevermore, but now we will ensure you won't hurt anymore.
I am worthless, caller no more. Reaper, waiting, open the door. A disc up high, black clouds of doom. Nowhere is safe, not even the tomb.
What speak you, you hag? Do you speak of a threat that could spell us the end? I am not ready yet. You tell us about paths of dates and of plans. We must face this peril, we must save Belfan.
North is where the disc will come, but know that one of you will fall. I do not know what was just said, but I'm already scared. I don't want to be dead.
This threat, it sounds grave, but we must not be scared. We are heroes, we are mighty, for this we're prepared. Galaris is loose, and the world is in need. We can't leave the Reaper to kill for his greed.
Thy words they ring true, and I know what must be done. But what of this witch? Should we leave her to run? We came here to stop her for actions unjust, so now that we're here, we'll slay her? We must!
We are here to end her, I know this is true, but we must make good haste as we've death to pursue. This witch may be evil, but her hero is mere. Compare the destruction of all we hold dear.
Reaper calls to foolish mice. Death will die, but at a price.
The disk of Galaris that the witch spoke of looms ominously over the city of Gonzo, to the north of the forest. The towering stone peaks of this city's many staggeringly glorious chapels and cathedrals blackened by a thick, vile fog. The dead rise, zombies. They stalk the streets and scare babies. All seems to have gone to pot. But then, hurrah! The three heroes arrive on the scene, and using the powers of love and friendship, they manage to make their way into the huge floating saucer. What fate awaits them in its inky bowels? Will they save the world from death himself? Let us have a see, shall we?
Mwahaha! I am Galaris, the god of mortality. Finally, my plan to destroy all life is a reality. For every man, every woman, every child a fatality, and then all will be at peace. Their minds always on, always nagging and nattering. Their words so inane, yet they're constantly chattering. I have dreamed for so long of the concept of shattering this horrible, maddening noise. The gods, the creators, they told me to cease. They've held me and caged me like brutal police. They don't understand with their stupid caprice what it's like to have to listen.
Galaris, you're stopped, you're going too far. Your mind, it seems broken, what a horrible scar. We're not here as you paint us, we are not all inane. So I implore you to stop now to see you're insane.
Insane? Ha! I laugh, you're simply pathetic. I'll truly delight in existence ascetic. Mere men against a god, it's almost poetic. There is no chance that you'll win.
Thou art a being of death, of loss, and of void. It's no shock that our love would leave thou annoyed. Thou art heartless and empty, though don't even know what the meaning of life is, which is tragic, oh woe.
The meaning of life is to meet a chill end. At the edge of my sight you cannot defend. That it has any purpose you can't comprehend. What it's worth, which is utterly nothing.
My life, it is fearful and difficult and such, but I still rather like it. I like it quite much. But when you have friends and you're not all alone, it's worth living, if only a life you had known.
A life? Fie, what rot! I would rather be nothing. To suggest that I'm lacking is simply insulting. And now comes the time to stop your crude grunting, you simpering, dim-witted apes.
I pity you, God, for you try not to see that there is far more than this that you could not only be. Find friendship and love, and I think you'll feel better, much better, and so will mankind.
Oh gods, how I hate what you're saying, such tripe. And yet do I feel that your words they do swipe. At my heart which I have, I am buying your hype. I think I would like a friend. But no, what is this that you're making me say? I won't let you ruin me, I won't have you away. I'll slice you and dice you, I'll make you decay. But first, you will fight my zombie. Behold, Social Fox, the great northern hero! Wait a minute. That's not the actor, dude. I think that's a real zombie, man.
Yeah, so it is. That's not supposed to happen. We'll have to fight it for real. I see no other way to solve this small problem than with casual yet very brutal violence.
Mardek, I think maybe we should help out, don't you? Let's get up there. Well, that would be wise. Let's go, Barty. We can do this.
Ah, you're here to help? We don't need your help, petty soldier, but you're welcome to bask in my excellence as I beat you with my eyes, ears, and mouth closed. Now some music, please, Mr. Piano Man.
And here we have it, the final fight of the game, I think. It's a zombie actor. He's got a lot of health, but who cares? On our side, we are teamed with two of the world's saviors. That's right, Bartolio, wielding a star metal blade, and Aoya, with their fire staff. They're both level 26, because that's essentially the last time we saw them. Alright. I mean, Mardek's kind of really strong. Yeah. 8,000 damage from Mardek. Elwyen doesn't have much going for her, but Requiem will hurt him. Alia has white magic at her disposal. So, Cure. 900 damage, and Bartolio with his fighter tech of a power attack, which I'm not going to use because it's going to miss, I know it. Bah. And they don't even have reactions. Zombie gas? Oh no, Mardek's a zombie! No! And I can't cure him! No! It doesn't matter. Literally doesn't matter, it's fine. Yeah, I can't even... Oh, they have remedies. Nice. Oh, Bartolio with the crit. Getting in on the action. Blood drain? No! At least he's only targeting Mardek with everything. It's a nice jaunty backbeat tune. Zombie actor down to 6 HP. Alright, Elwyen. Be the hero you were meant to be. Hi-ya! You missed! Alright. Then Bartolio will get to be the hero that he was meant to be. Alright, Bartolio. Show him what you're made of. There you go. Yay!
devil is going on here? Where's the man who was supposed to play the zombie? Where did that one come from? People could have been killed.
Heh! What are you doing on the stage, old man?
Were you the one who summoned the zombie, mate?
Fun, eh? I said my performance would make the play better, but would you listen? No, you just gave the role of Galaris to that darky tosser. Thought I'd liven things up a bit. Or, well, not liven as such, but, you know.
Someone could have died.
I don't see no corpses anymore, so it's fine. Grow a sense of humor, Stiffy.
My play, it's ruined. We can't continue on from here. We didn't even get to the steamy love scene where you get to see Elma's bachungas, or the climactic battle at the end. Oh, what horrendous misfortune. Attention, dear viewers. I am sorry to say that you won't see this play this day, or the rest of it anyway. We'll have to cancel it for now to clean up, so please leave the building. Your tickets may or may not remain valid. And actors, I want a word with you. Good day.
Grumble, grumble, stupid old people, grumble.
Oh, I want to see how it ended. We shouldn't leave, though, Mardek. Come on. Well, Mardek, what'd you think? Well, it was nice, but it brought back bad memories more than good ones. I miss Emma and Dugan. At least I didn't have to watch Dugan die again. That would have made me walk out, I think. I miss him so much. Things get so difficult. You're not alone, Mardek. You have me, and I'll always be here with you. So will the others, too. You speak like Dugan was everything to you. And sometimes it makes the rest of us feel like we're worthless, like we don't mean anything to you. Well, I don't mean to make you think that way. You're all really important to me. I don't know if I could go on without any of you, but I still miss Dugan because we grew up together. And now we can all grow up together from now on, like some big happy family. Yeah. Well.
Excuse me.
Oh, neato doggy helmet, mister.
Sorry, I don't mean to intrude, but I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I think I can relate to it. You see, I had a close dear friend that I lost to recently. A person who I grew up with, who I cared for deeply, who I felt lost without. And yet I was lost for a long while. I didn't know what to do with my life, or if it was worth living. But I comforted myself, and learned to move on by thinking about how he might have handled the situation. I thought that he would surely have had the strength to move on rather than dwelling on the unchangeable past. That he'd surely have learned to live in the present and make do with what he had in the now. These thoughts, these imaginary reactions from the version of him in my mind, are what kept me going, what made me want to be strong, like he surely would be. I would not want to wish to meet that friend in this life or another, only to find that he dwelt in the past even more than I did, on what would be my own strength based in. That's all I want to say. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.
Wait! Ooh, that was sort of mysterious. I wonder what he felt the need to say that for. You should listen to him, though, and be strong. Dugan would be, and he'd want you to be, too. Well, I suppose. Anyway, I've had a really nice time with you tonight. I'd like to do this again sometime. Maybe a lot of times, if you want. I'm a busy man, and I have work to do. I can't be spending all my valuable time with some irritating, flighting little child. Can't you see that I don't reciprocate those puerile feelings of infatuation that you aren't remotely subtle about? You're wasting your time. Go and play in the sand or something. Leave me alone. What? That's so mean of you, Mardek. So mean. How could you? What did you do that for? Mardek, you should listen to the one with the stranger helmet than ours, yes. You should learn that strength doesn't come from relying on others. It doesn't come from friends. Sooner or later, your friends betray you and become your enemies. The fewer friends you have, the less chance of enemies. We have a mission on which the fate of the galaxy rests. We cannot waste time with idle socializing. Soon you will have to leave this world and seek out the governance de Magi personally, so it is best to sever connections early to avoid any unnecessary distress later on. I also don't want you messing things up at some crucial moment for reasons related to emotion. Your enemies cannot use your friends to hurt you, to persuade you, to damage you psychologically if you rise above the feeble need for any at all. Just because your friends are trying to kill you doesn't mean my friends would do anything like that. You just have really bad friends. Or maybe it's you. Maybe they hated your control freakiness, and I can easily see how they hate you. You're not nice. You think you are, but
Silence! Enough of that. I won't listen to you. This is the exact sort of emotion that I was talking about. We need to be rid of it. It is a hindrance to our goals. The other governors think that they can lure me in with lies, kill me off with the living dead. Ha! They're getting really desperate now, and falling one by one like so many flies. Soon, peace, order, and justice will return to Anshar. It will return to light, and I can go home. Away from here. Now you, little human mind, will be silent to think about what you've done, what you must do. We will leave now. We're getting strange looks. Dear me. And back to the governance de Magi, featuring only 4 of them. Oh, Qualna, your heart was in the right place, below your squandrix and to the side of your Piposcand. But you should have realized that the White One is beyond reasoning now. He won't listen to anyone, no.
See! We bedwettingly told him to kill the dogling white plastroid, but did he listen? The tent he did! He tried to use his bloody words to solve the problem. We almost brought Rohoph back here. I don't want that smuggling croton here. Pran, I'm glad Qualna's dead. He was bringing us down.
I like Qualna. He had one eye. I like that about him because I have one eye too. So does everyone in this chamber. We're like one big happy family. He also solved his problems with words. Words which weren't things like die or I have a small peanut and I'm not afraid to use it. You have a small what? I'm a hermaphrodite.
We soggin' well all are, you trumpet!
That's okay. What's for tea?
We must address the issue at hand here. Gaspar, you said that if Qualna's peaceful approach failed, you would handle the problem. I don't know what you've got planned, but you have permission. Rohoph is really becoming a threat. The number of ragtag adventurers he's accumulating, who put aside their differences to work for a common cause, is alarming. He already has enough to defeat us all if they level up enough.
I'll see to it that the only leveling they'll be doing up will be doing deadly while corpses, which is to say, they won't Barney well be able to do it at all. Crumbles.
But what if they all use their soul transfer thingamajigs?
I keep telling you, humans cannot do that, yes, they are weak and pathetic, and they can't even perceive psychic energy waves or electromagnetic radiation.
You have to believe, Balti, you have to believe.
Can I go now? I look forward to burning some fat, flattened faces into the cold, hard, smug little brown, smumbrosom ground. That's the word.
Yes, be gone. Just do a thorough job of it.
Thorough is my middle name's favorite color. I'll do it more thoroughly than you've ever had the misslin to conumbriate. Watch out there, Rohoph. You won't get away from me.
The end. Will Mardek and Rohoph put aside their differences? Will all of Mardek's friends leave him or not because of Rohoph's meddling? Will Gaspar do something? Find out in Chapter 4. Wait, what do you mean? There's no Chapter 4? This is it? Oh, I see. Well, well, I guess that's it then. Yeah, that's the end. It's so much the end that there's nothing you can do on this screen, I guess. I don't know. Well, this was a fun ride, huh? I've got one last thing I have planned to do in this, and then I'll move on to something else. See you next time for the little bonus thing. Yeah. Okay. See ya.